Well, you are in my bedroom again because I got to give the update of the day. Y'all will not believe the stuff that I go through. Like, it must be out of a movie. Like, am I in the Truman Show? Because I just cannot believe the level of healthcare that is going on at the VA. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't think they even have to submit resumes. Like, something's going on here. Um, I'm not saying that my neurologist there is not trying to wake up a little bit, because I will say he did answer the question about that test, the genetic test. Not genetic, I keep saying it, rare disease, but it's under the genetic and rare disease, like blood panel or something. Anyway, um, he answered back and was like, "You're right. Your symptoms are similar to these, and if you get that test and it's reactive, then we will be able to, basically finally diagnose." I mean, which I haven't been getting over here talking about too much because I don't want to start hashtagging it and then it be wrong again, like neuropathy or MS or whatever, like all these misdiagnoses, right? So I don't want to say too much as far as like hashtagging it. So I won't hashtag this video and I'll come back and hashtag it if it is the case. But we're looking at stiff person syndrome. It's one in like a million or like 2 million or something really, really crazy. But why would it be too far fetched? I mean, we're in a town with 7 million people. So maybe 7.2. I don't know what Houston's at now. But with that number brings at least a chance of 7 to 8 people having it in one town. You know what I'm saying? So, usually people are not diagnosing it correctly. Number one, because a lot of people have a lot of other comorbidities that are going on, and they blame it on the medications instead of actually researching it deeper. I know a lady laid up right now where they try to blame it on her cholesterol medication. I do not believe it. When I massaged her, the way she was the way somebody would be if they don't know how to massage themselves or give themselves trigger point therapy or be able to stretch themselves back into range of motion and all these things when they don't have the knowledge or they don't want to sit around and do all the work. Like the way I'm stretching around here, like some people don't want to do this kind of work. They'd rather just lay here, get crippled, take a whole bunch of medications, and then just be in the bed. But I can't do that. You know that. Um, So I believe that she had it. That lady, I think she has it. Either that or is they called it a myelitis or something. I don't know. Mitosis. I don't know. One of those. But there's so many things that um, would make one not use this. Like, especially if the person's not a healthy person. So they have other things. Do you see? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. So, like, because I am such a healthy person otherwise, it only is the neurological autoimmune situation going on. It's not no heart issues, it's not no lung issues. No lung ain't got no pulmonary embolism, and it ain't got no this, it ain't that. Thank you, Jesus. See what I'm saying? Thank you, Lord. I don't have all of those because they would start blaming it on other things other than what it actually is. So we're almost at the bottom of it, waiting on the test to come back. It could not be done today. So I get to the ER, and of course, because I'm obviously in distress. And so they're attacking me right at the door. So I'm like, oh, the VA is good. Yes. They're like getting me right at the door, like, ma'am, you need a wheelchair? Are you okay? Is everything good? And they're trying to like get me settled, get me to the back. EKG was on me in like 2 seconds. Uh, it was like a whole bunch of stuff going on. With this, that's what I need to tell y'all. Your blood pressure will be regular. Your oxygen will be regular. Your EKG will be regular. You won't need any, you won't have those things that kind of signal like a heart attack or something that's in your blood, and they have to use type of medicine. I can't even call it. I'm not a nurse. I can't call it. I forgot what it's called, but that, none of that. So that makes them get out of that emergent state mode, right? And so they start treating you like you're just there for a routine visit and contact your specialist if you have one. And then uh, try to ask you about magnesium, potassium, vitamin D, this, that, and another. And when you're in the kind of pain that I be in, when it's at a bad state, I don't, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear you asking about those things because it's just like you're overlooking the actual symptoms that I'm trying to explain to you so we can get the neurologist up here. Like, he's like, I'm trying to explain, I'm trying to hear your symptoms. It was an African doctor. He's like, I'm trying to hear your symptoms. And I was like, I'm telling you my symptoms. So, and he's like, yeah, I mean, but muscle spasms, I mean, you can have potassium. The energy must shift as soon as someone starts trying to blame it on like potassium and magnesium and stuff. Like, it must shift. I must have a look on my face. I must have that look that my niece give people right when you know you done messed up with me. It'd be like what the heck? Like, what did you just say? And so I was trying not to have a face, so I'm not sure if I did. But I know that the energy shifted because I'm like, wait. Have you read my file? I had to ask him. I was like, have you read my file? And he's like, yes. I looked over what was going on last couple of visits. And normally I would imitate people, but because so many people are going to be on here, I don't want nobody to get offended because I'm not trying to offend people. Like, if I talk like somebody, it's just because I'm trying to talk like them. But I'm not going to do it just for the sake. So anyway, he's like, um, can you, I'm sorry. We're going to get to why um, I'm tripping. Like, I might forget things here and there, and then I have to come back to it. So give me 2 seconds. When my brain's been in pain all day, like when my body's been in super amounts of pain all day, and it takes me so long to get out of pain, my memory is messed up. I don't know how to explain it, but if you read my file a little bit and you know that I'm seeing a neurologist on the regular and I have an appointment coming up, but I'm at the ER and I live an hour and possibly 10 minutes away in traffic. What make you think I want to be up here for no good reason and gonna see the same doctor next week? I have to be here because I'm in an emergent state for my condition. That's why they have to know your condition. And so that's why I can't wait to have my condition's name so then we could just go to something that gives you a little bit of black and white to go by and then where I am in my medication regimen so then maybe you can put something together. But because I don't have that, he is talking about the vitamin, the potassium for the muscles, and I'm like, no, you're in my file. I need to see my neurologist because the medication must need to be increased because whatever's we're on, whatever he had me doing, it's no longer working because the spasms are so intense. It's shaking my whole trunk from like the bottom of my chest, right under my breastbone, down to my feet. Period. Like, it's doing it while we're talking. So all of that's uncontrollable. Yes, it is. I really didn't snap on this man. This is why I didn't understand what came next. I did, of course, I already have a dominant, aggressive attitude in the first place, like when I'm talking to people. But You know what I mean? Like, I'm not being rude. I wasn't being ignorant with him. And so I said I need to see my neurologist because I need my medication increased. And like, whatever you can do in the interim until he gets here, that'd be great. And he was like, we're going to have you do, it was like 2 tests. It was something. The little nurse did it. But prior to the nurse coming in, the guy said, I said, can you do the blood work? The guy also requested, since I'm here and I can just make one stop since I'm here, since you're going to draw blood work anyway. He said, oh, I'm drawing my blood work, but you're going to have to go to the lab to get the one drawn for him. I'm thinking to myself, what did I do? I mean, I know I'm not the best patient. I'm not trying to act like I'm the best patient, but the doctors cannot come back on you if you do something to them. Like, even if it wasn't nothing that you did to them, like, they can't have horrible bedside manner. Like, I don't care. This is what you went to school for. When I'm in massage, I if I see myself getting emotional, it's only because I I have an issue with people trying to hustle people. Like, that's why I have my cancellation policy in place, and people literally hate when I enforce it sometimes. But people play with you, so you have to be strict in some areas. And people take that as being emotional. No, I'm not being emotional. I am being having business sense. So anyway, I just feel like bedside manner. You should just always say this is what you went to school for. I'm quite sure you went, through different trials where you had patients that weren't the best patients, and you had to have bedside manner. So have it. That's what I don't understand. So, um, I'm like, is this dude really trying to play me over this blood test? I said, so you expect me, as bad as I'm feeling, faint as I'm feeling, to go to the lab from here? He never said anything else about it or whatever, but I asked the lab tech. So, lab tech was on his way in. I could hear him getting ready to come my way, and I could hear the doctor in the hallway. So the little nurse's station right here, where these doors ain't nothing, these little glass things, and mine wasn't even closed all the way, I don't believe. And so they have curtains and everything. You can't be whispering if I can hear you through all of that. So he says, um, demanding one in room 2. I clearly know I'm in room 2, so I'm like, damn, we just this bold now? Like, this is just unbelievable. So I was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna let him roll with it. So, as far as talking to him about it, but when the lab dude came in, I said he acted like he was whispering or something. I said he acted like he was whispering. I said he said demanding one in room 2. Like, I'm not demanding. I said I know what's going on, and I know that something else needs to happen so that I won't be in this kind of pain. That's all. I said, and it's gonna have to be from the neurologist standpoint because they know my medicines. The guy's over there just like laughing and chuckling a little bit. And he was like, yeah, 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 don't really have much to say. But I just was like, wow, this is deep. It goes on and on and on as far as like people and the way they were communicating around there. It was just really like, is this just a thing to do just to make money? Y'all really aren't concerned. You don't have empathy and concern for your veterans. Like, I just really didn't understand like the dynamic around there. It was really unprofessional. But um, aside from that, when he goes to turn over the shift, uh, it's a Asian lady that comes on duty, and she literally, he must have passed down. Just get her out of here, man. And she just literally came in there and was like, because the neurologist people had came, the lady, the resident had came down. She did an exam. She did everything. She said she was going to go back and talk to Dr. Litvak about what we wanted to increase for the till he see me Friday. So I was like, okay, um, waiting, and it was a horrible wait. I mean, I was there all day. I was there like 6, 7 hours maybe, and so aside from that, uh, what she do? I'm sorry, it's getting real bad because I'm laying in this bed and it starts making my brain start shutting off. So anyway, yeah, she was supposed to come back. So when the Asian lady came on duty, she came over there. I don't even think the doctor introduced herself, but she was like, "Oh yes, um, they said that they will see you Friday." I was like, wait. Y'all are acting like I just was here all day for nothing. Like I'm here all day for just to waste my time, just to sleep. I'm not homeless. I have a place to sleep. Like I didn't need to come here to sleep or to relax while y'all gave me a shot of Toradol and what did they give me? A shot of Toradol and thought it was something else. But nevertheless, I'm like, y'all didn't do anything for me. I just was here all day. And she was like, "Oh, we can up your cyclobenzaprine because your baclofen at max. You can up your cyclobenzaprine at night. Just take 2 at night instead of 1. That should work. And you're free to go after this. You can pick it up from the pharmacy." Okay. So I called them immediately. I called neurology, left a message with the nurse that I was leaving at that particular moment and I hadn't been serviced or whatever. So unfortunately, I'm having to do what I gotta do to make it till Friday. And if that includes, you know, uh, taking antispasmic, or I'm trying to see if my eye is falling, y'all. I mean, because I already know they're not even, but just be trying to make sure I'm not having no issues in my face with this neurological stuff. But basically, I had to do what I had to do, and I got enough to make it through until I see them again. But what are we supposed to do out here? I don't understand. What is supposed to happen here? Like, I don't understand. Like, how could they just send me away after sitting there all day with nothing except an extra dose of something that doesn't even work at night? I might, double it just to say I did for that week, but it's not what the key is. I know that's not it. Like, but why did y'all have to? If that was the case, why did y'all have to let me sit there all day? Like, it was a weird situation, and I just didn't understand that. Is people just okay? Are people just okay with this? Is this just a thing to do? I don't have time to waste. There's an hour drive to the VA from my house. Nobody has time for this. Okay, that's enough rambling. It's really long. I'm gonna post it, and then I still got other stuff to post. So sorry, it's Bonnet Chronicles tonight.